Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Born Thriller, and welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from November 14th, 2020, and this will be your Impact Plus that's presenting this Impact 2020 results. And your commentators were Josh Matthews and Madison Rain. They were at Skyway Studios in Nashville, Tennessee, meant to say Nashville. Yeah, that's a new place. Mm, got milk. First of all, folks, I'm an hour and 24 minutes late, and no, actually an hour and 19 minutes late, I should say, to do this review, and I apologize for that. I was still sleeping, just resting and all that because I was up all night a little bit in a way. Um, and I got a little sleep. Um, it was still good sleep though. Um, Other than I did feel a little uncomfortable, but I'm all good though. But yeah, I do apologize for not doing this review earlier, an hour ago, or so. And yeah, no, let's see about that. So yeah, what I'm about to do now is get ready to talk about the show here. The show that was a special event that took place on Impact Plus, and let's get right to it. Starting off first with the opening match. The opening match was Eddie Edwards versus Davari. Match itself, it was decent, back and forth action in a way. All I was waiting for is to see when is Eddie Edwards going to hit that Boston Knee Party, and sure enough, he did. Only because Davari was distracted because Davari was trying to cheat to win by, when he was pinning, Eddie Edwards, he got his foot on the ropes. Referee sees it, and Davari is arguing with the referee. He should be counting and all that. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, yeah, who didn't see this coming? The Boston Knee Party out of nowhere. One, two, three, and Eddie Edwards wins. And I was upset with that too because really you got to do that just for Eddie Edwards to win. So annoying. Before I move on to the next match, let me just see what happened next on the show here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I got to say something about this. Josh Matthews said something about you can watch a lot of great content on Impact Plus. And Madison Rain was basically personal over with thanks to watching her stuff on Impact Plus, of her being Knockouts champion 5 times, being Knockouts tag team champions twice. And Josh Matthews says, "Let me cut you off here because we're gonna move forward here because and he says something in the line of, "There's a reason why you call Madison Rain because I got a, or I can't remember how he said it though. It was stupid how he said it though. I gotta go back and watch that part of it again to remember all how he said it. But in the meantime, I'll get back to that when I get to it. But we get to the next match here. The next match was Rosemary and Taya Valkyrie versus Tennille Dashwood and Jordan Grace, being accompanied by Caleb with a K. Pertains to Caleb with a K. He's their ranks at 4 and only 4. Tennille Dashwood because it's all about her. So this match basically was to see how they're going to jump as a tag team. At first, it wasn't going well because Tennille Dashwood is basically worried about taking pictures of herself and all that for Instagram. Then she was concentrating in this match. Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary obviously they're working together as a tag team as always. At one point, we did have Tennille Dashwood and Jordan Grace working as a team, only for that to end later on. And then in the end, it was Rosemary and Ty Valkyrie winning, as I thought they would, because I knew this whole thing with Jordan Grace and Tennille Dashwood wasn't going to work out, and it was. Maybe rotations to maybe later on they'll work together as a team, but that will happen later on tonight, later on that night, meant to say. Now they're going in a new direction. I'll get to it when I get to it. It was ridiculous how that was done. Got milk. Anyways, Before we get to the next match, I gotta see what happened next. Before we get to the next match, but there were segments on the show too, by the way, folks. So let me just see here. Oh yeah, we go backstage and we see cousin Jake. He has some good news for Cody Deaner, but Cody Deaner did not want to hear it, and basically Cody Deaner is letting him know, you know, you're my cousin and everything. You're supposed to be a Deaner and all that, and then he's talking about how he lost to Johnny Stringer, because yeah, Cody Deaner, who's such a unique talent, a great wrestler, and he's on top of the food chain, and he's a top star in Impact Wrestling. That he lost to Giant Stringer of all people, and that's going to be what that's basically his what how he said his career going down because of that. When his career has ever been great, he's a jobber, and that's all he's going to be, a jobber and a joke of what pertains to way his character can be portrayed on as a wrestler. So they want to go find Johnny Stringer, right? Oh yeah, and before, and they're also talking about they're also both of them also are suspects of who shot Johnny Bravo. Like anyone gives a fuck about that anymore. They Impact Wrestling fucked that shit up already. Point where I don't give a fuck anymore. So they're on this investigation of who shot Johnny Bravo, and at the same time, an investigation, and they basically want to find Johnny Stringer because I guess they want to beat him up, whatever. Stupid. Next, we get to Brian Myers defeating Swaggle. They didn't care about the match. Didn't watch the match. Didn't give a fuck. After the match was over, though, Brian Myers did win, like I said. And then Crazy Steve comes out there to help, Swaggle. And I guess that's gonna be a pairing now. So what? Are we gonna get the return of the Menageries? Might as well bring back the Freak. Might as well bring back Rebel. Who's in AEW. Who's at going by Reba. Might as well bring back Mike Knox. Might as well bring back the entire circus clowns, freak shows, and all that of the menageries. Because Swaggle, he's great, right? He's a draw, right? Terrible. Gia Miller interviews Triple XL. I'm sorry, she interviews Chris Sabin and James Storm. Chris Sabin one half of the Motor City Machine Guns, and James Storm one half of Beer Money. So they're teaming up against Triple XL. Basically, they cut a promo about Triple XL, and yeah, there you go. Not much to say about that. Next, we get to this tag team match, I should say. James Storm, Chris Sabin together, going up against Triple XL, AC Romero, and Larry D. Match was pretty decent. I thought it was a decent tag team, and we're to James Storm and Chris Sabin. They were well as a tag team as well here. They were doing some teamwork and all that. So there was basically so was Triple XL too, but I was more into see what James Storm and Chris Sabin can do as a team, and they were doing very well as a team. And the reason why they're a team is because Alex Shelley, who's on the shelf right now from his injuries, and he can't compete. Fortunately, it's a neck. I think it was neck and knee. Whatever I'm trying to remember. It was the injury he had from, but nevertheless, yeah. So that's why they're a team, and they did a suplex spot, the double suplex spot. James Storm and Chris Sabin. That's the thing that Beer Money did, where Bobby Roode and James Storm when they do the suplex, and they also do the whole beer money. So James Storm and Chris Sabin did in this match. I think it was to Larry D, or I'm pretty sure it was Larry D, or it could be AC Remember, one or two, that they suplex. And actually they suplex one of them, because it was the other team. So they're doing this, and then all of a sudden James Storm goes beer, and then Chris Sabin goes guns, and going through this whole thing where James Storm and Chris Sabin have been a team since Tuesday, leading up to this point, turning point for 2020. on November 14th. I see myself, what could be a tag team name for these guys? Since they're Chris Sabin is all about Motor City Machine Guns, and James Storm is all about beer. He's all about beer and everything. I think to myself, what could be the tag team name? So I think to myself, could it be Machine Beer? Like, nah, that doesn't sound good. And I'm thinking about maybe Beer Machine. Like, nah, that doesn't sound good either. Unless if you're a person who loves drinking beer and you're drinking you're a beer drinking machine, maybe that could be a good name for it. But either way, no. And besides, I don't think Chris Sabin even drinks beer anyways. Even though they did show that on this past Tuesday's show on the Go Home Show edition. But hey, but then again, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Who knows? I don't know him personally, but maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. Who knows? But after the whole thing where Chris Sabin said guns, and I see myself beer guns, not bad. And if you see my live reaction last night, I was like that's a better name actually. That's a better name that I came up with. Instead of beer machine, beer guns. Yeah, I was like, yeah, not bad name, not bad tag team name. For now. Now I don't know how that could be a long-term tag team. I don't know if it's just a one-off thing, but let's see how it turns out when we change to the upcoming Impact Wrestling show, just coming up Tuesday. But either way, the beer guns, James Storm and Chris Sabin wins the match. They defeated Triple XL, and that cuts off their momentum of being on the roll as a tag team. So there you go. All right, next match was. Oh wait, before we get to the next match, let's see what was next after that. Oh yeah, so we see Cody Deaner and Cousin Jake, looking for a giant swinger. Also, let me see GM Miller walking out of the dressing room. And I didn't hear what she was saying because I wasn't paying attention because I during the live reaction I was doing this whole thing where I was asking this question someone in the live chat about what's going on with the Impact Plus thing, which is the updates, which is to the payments. But I'm actually gonna try to find that one before we get to it. But before I get to that, let me get to the whole thing with Josh Matthews first. Just give one moment. I'm getting close. Now getting close. Okay, here we go. Just gotta be it right here. We're gonna listen to it together, folks. Just wait till it starts buffering first. Okay, and then we'll get to the part with Gina Miller, to hear what she was screaming about, because Gina Miller, the interviewer, was upset. Oh, here we go. I mean, pause it and unmute. And let's see how Josh Matthews said it. Where it pertains to the reasons of Madison Rayne talking about herself on Impact Plus, where it pertains to watching her matches on Impact Plus, where it pertains to watching great content on Impact Plus. And Josh Matthews, the way he said it, it was sounding so corny because of Madison Rayne's name. Well, let's listen together. Here we go. One moment. Let me do this first. All right, here we go.
Rayne and the 5 times that I won the Knockouts Championship, I watched that a lot, and the 2 times that I became
okay. Now I know why they call you Madison Rayne, because I've got to rein you back in.
Rein you back in. Now I know why they call her Madison Rayne, because Josh Matthews got to rein her back in. That's why they call you Madison Rayne, because I got to rein you back in. Rein you back in. Yeah. And you're wondering why I hate Josh Matthews, folks. Yeah, wonder why I hate the guy. All right, let's get to the GML now. Now I know why I call you Madison Rain, because I have to rein you back in. All right, I should be getting close now to GM Miller. Okay, I went too far. Okay, I should be getting close now. Almost there. All right, a little further, just in case if I miss it. Okay, maybe forward it now. Forward a little bit. All right. All right, let me see here. All right, we go. All right, let me unmute and let's listen to this. With Gia Miller, what she was screaming about when she was storming out of the dressing room. Here we go.
You crazy.
Okay, that's what she said. She was screaming, saying "gross, you creep." Now she could have been talking about anyone, but it did show in the dressing room, that the Dieners went into, when Gina Miller left the dressing room. That was they were basically we saw some stuff that belongs to Giant Swinger, because we saw his ring attire and all that. So we're assuming that it was Giant Swinger in there that was being a creep, being a pervert in the way to Gia Miller. So it could have been anyone. I don't think it was Giant Swinger. I mean Giant Swinger. I said Giant E Swinger. Yeah, I don't think it was Giant Swinger, but it could be. It could have been. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. I guess that's something that look forward to, unless they'll just forget about that and they just did that for no reason. Whatever. But anyway, the Dieners went in there and they found the gun. They only found Giant Swinger's stuff, but they also found the gun. And they basically thinking that maybe John Swinger, because he's a suspect, that he was involved or who shot Johnny Bravo. And again, I don't give a fuck anymore, so fuck it. Anyways, next match. Oh, by the way, this makes no sense either when we get to this next match, folks. So here's the next match. So we get to the defeat Rohit challenge from the Desi Shitman, Rohit Rajul, defending his Impact Exhibition Championship. He starts kind of promo and everything, and I like blah blah blah. Let's get to it. So I was thinking to myself, maybe it's one of the Rascals, because because this could be a way for the Rascals to be head the way out of Impact Wrestling, because they're leaving, and this is a way to put over Rohit Rajul as the Exhibition Champion. So it could either be Trey Miguel, it could be either Dez, it could either be Wentz, one of the Rascals, and it could be either way, it could be a good match. And in the end, it's going to be Rohit Rajul either retaining by beating them, by cheating, whatever, or he was just take the easy way out and just take a count out or whatever. That way he could still be Exhibition Champion and say, oh yeah, he's so good. He's the reigning, defending, undisputed Exhibition Champion of all time, and blah blah blah. That whole thing. And then the next thing he's going to say, he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there will be in the X division, where it tends to being the Desi Shitman, Rohit Rajul. And all he needs to do now is dress up like Bret the Hitman Hart with the singlets, the long tights, and and all that. And all he needs to do is grow out his hair. And he needs the sunglasses, Bret Hart's, and he needs a jacket. But in his style, which is him being what's his nationality? I forgot his nationality already. One moment. He was Arabian. But either way, get what I mean there. But anyways, so yes, was it going to be one of the Rascals? No. Instead, it was Cousin Jake of the Dieners. What? But they were just backstage trying to find Giant Swinger. And then because Rohit Rajul came out there and doing his defeat Rohit challenge. Well, at this point, it's called the defeat Rohit challenge, because since I call him, and by the way, shout out to Jordan Williams, Jordan Williams is responsible for coming up with the name Rohit Raju. And originally, he came up with the name of the Desi Shit Squad, which is that tag team. And at one point, a faction. But now you gotta give me credit here. Which is to naming him the Desi Shit Man, and then which is this whole defeat Rohit challenge. Now, there you go. You're welcome. And also say thank you to Jordan Williams too, and he'll say you're welcome back to you as well. Oh, it's my receipt. I was running in my pocket there. But anyways, so yeah, Cousin Jake and Cody Deaner coming out. The Deaner is coming out. Basically, Cousin Jake accepted the challenge. And I was thinking to myself, but y'all was just backstage in the middle of this investigation. Unless this was a terrible editing on the show, where it tends to backstage stuff. How the fuck this makes sense? They're in the middle of trying to find Johnny Bravo, and all of a sudden they come out right out there, and then Cousin Jake also accepts the challenge of the whole defeat Rohit challenge. For the X Division Championship. So the match happens. I didn't really pay attention to the match that much because I didn't care about this match. Not because of Rohit Raju, because I like him, but the way he's been booked here, to his heel thing, his heel character, it's been booked like shit. And on top of that, you got the Deaners that I don't like anymore. I don't care for them anymore. I hate them now. This supposed to make me feel better and watching this match. So of course I didn't care about this match, and Rohit Raju wins the match. Nothing to say about that, except for one thing: he didn't cheat to win. He actually beat him straight up. It was a straight up match between these two, and Rohit Raju defeated Cousin Jake. And keep in mind, Cousin Jake, he's taller than Rohit Raju. Yeah, this whole thing of Cousin Jake being pushed at one point where he's a big guy and everything, and he no one's gonna be able to beat him and everything. And then the whole thing we're gonna protect him to these losses and all that. Nope. They didn't do that. They couldn't even do that with Rohit Raju because Rohit Raju beat him, just beat him clean. But that's not the important thing about what happened on this program. What happened afterwards is what happened after the match, which I love. And it also got me a confused look on my face because all of a sudden Eric Young comes out. And he has a new association, and they say he's a former TNA wrestling star. I've never seen before. I didn't even know this guy even exists. And based on how I saw him, yeah, I had no memory of him. None of it whatsoever. Not even in WWE, because I think he was in WWE at one point, but I don't think he was on the main show at the time. I think he was back in Florida Championship Wrestling before it became NXT. But the guy that I'm talking about here is Joe Doering. I'm assuming that's his last name, Doering. Joe Doering, that's his name. So he comes out with Eric Young, and he's wearing long jean pants, long blue jeans pants, and he's got a cowboy hat on. So I'm assuming now he's basically the Stan Hansen pertains to how he's been portrayed here. He's a big dude. He's a big dude, by the way. He's big. He's got a nice physique. And he basically kicked the ass of the Deaners. He took out the Deaners on his own. Both Cody Deaner and Cousin Jake. And I'm like, that was great. But I still have no memory of this guy. Like, who is he? He's been wrestling in All Japan. He's wrestling in TNA Wrestling back in 2005 and 2006. That was during the time I didn't get to watch it because I didn't know how to watch it at the time. But now you can by going on Impact Plus. Just go on Impact Plus, and you'll see a lot of adventures. Impact Wrestling contents pertains to TNA Wrestling, and this Joe Doering, he's one of them. But yeah, but he's basically been in All Japan all this time. All Japan Pro Wrestling. He's been there twice. Pertains to second terms. So yeah, I've seen this guy. I'm like, wow, this guy, he's got an intense look here, and hey, anyone beating up the Deaners is good enough for me. See, I want to see what this guy's made of too, and I will be studying his matches too to see what he's all about. But after seeing what he did to the Deaners, especially that clothesline, my God, that's right there was a Stan Hansen clothesline. I think it was to Cousin Jake, if I recall. But that was good. So yeah, so Eric Young and Joe Doring is a thing now, and we're gonna see how that follows up on this past Tuesday. I mean, this coming Tuesday, I meant to say. We're gonna see how that's gonna follow up now. So we get the Good Brothers. I believe they're being interviewed by Gino Miller, and they basically kind of promo about their match against the North for the Impact World Tag Team Championships, and not much to say about that. So there you go. Not much to say about that. I want more, folks. I'm sorry. I just lost the results here. All right, we go. I got it back now. All right, let me get rid of this now. This Impact Plus site now. So next we get to Willie Mack versus Moose, and this was a contestant for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So Moose does his entrance. It was is an upgrade of his the most electrifying entrance of all entertainment, and it delivered because he is the greatest sports athlete of all time. So match happens between Willie Mack and Moose. Match stuff was good. And then we get to a point. Basically, it was back and forth. But Moose basically was dominating the match too, basically. And Willie Mack was firing back and all that. And then in the end, Moose goes for the lights out spear, but doesn't go for the cover. He goes to put more hits onto Willie Mack. And referee decided to push Moose away, call for the bell, reward Moose of the win due to stoppage. But then Moose continues on the beating on Willie Mack, and the referee said, "Get off, and everything." And he said, and then all of a sudden, the referee reversed the decision to Willie Mack winning the match via disqualification. And I'm like, wow, I haven't seen that finish done for a while now. Last time a finish like that ever happened was back during the time in WWE or WF, one of those two, where when something like that happens, when the match is over and they continue on the assault, they always gotta reverse the decision to the ones that would get beaten up, because the referees will tell them stop, and they don't listen, then the referees will reverse the decision. So Willie Mack did win the match, but after this match was over, he didn't look like a winner because he got beaten up by Moose, and Moose walks away, and all that and everything. Basically, he's delivering a message to Rich Swann, where it pertains to beating up on Willie Mack, because Rich Swann and Willie Mack are good friends. And there you go. Not much to say about that. Now there's gonna be another match between the two, which is why I think that they did what they did here, because they want to build up and be patient until we get to the point where we're gonna see Rich Swann versus Moose, where maybe eventually they'll do the merge of the TNA World Heavyweight Championship title and the Impact World Championship title, and maybe in 2021, maybe that'll be their ways to finally get the TNA wrestling name back, and yeah, that'll be great to have too. If that's going to be the goal, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but we'll see. We shall see. One moment, folks. Let me see. Oh, my phone's right here. My other phone. Okay, let me see here. Just give me one moment. I'm sorry. I got to check something out first. Okay, it's not in here. It's actually somewhere else. Okay. Anyways, next match. Oh, before we get to the next match, Eddie Edwards and Rich Swann was backstage talking and everything. Rich Swann was being wished good luck by Eddie Edwards, and that was it. Not much to say about that. Don't care about Eddie Edwards. And I think they're going to lead to something where Eddie Edwards is going to get a shot of Rich Swan's title. I'm assuming that's where it's going to lead to. Maybe it'll lead to a point where Eddie Edwards is going to turn heel. Like that's going to make me feel any better. I don't know. Maybe that's the goal. Maybe it's not the goal. Who knows? Then we get to the Good Brothers, the Big LG, I should say. Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson versus the North, All Eagle Ethan Page and Walking Weapon Josh Alexander for the Impact World Tag Team Championship. And the match was good. The tag team match was good. A lot of good offense and heel tactics from the North. A lot of good comeback, of the teams of the Good Brothers in the match. Yeah, so it was a good tag team match, but it was in a way it was also back and forth. And surprisingly, in the end, the Good Brothers wins the match. They defeated the North, where the Good Brothers go for the Magic Killer on Ethan Page. And by the way, Ethan Page was coming into the match injured. He had a pad on his thigh. Maybe he had a hamstring injury that he pulled. Maybe I don't know. But that was good, and that's basically was the match selling point of it. He was hurt, during the match, and the Magic Killer did was the finishing touch there. That has nothing to do with the leg though, but still. But maybe it has to, because you're missing the leg to turn him, and then the suplex is holding, that's the Magic Killer. But yeah, the Magic Killer and your new Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Big LG, Doc Gallows and Machine Gun Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers. Cheers. Got milk. But seriously, good for the Good Brothers, man. They deserve it. Yeah, despite me not liking them that much, of their push, and also of them being overexposed, and the characters in Impact Wrestling, which is, oh my god, it was so annoying. But they're still a great tag team. Basically, I'm looking forward to more of their matches than I am of their skits, pertains to them doing their funny jokes with the securities and all that, which it was ridiculous. Oh my god, it's so ridiculous. But anyways, but good for them, man. They let's see how they that's another thing too. Talk about how you had the North getting back the tag belts, and all of a sudden they lose to the Good Brothers. How's that happen? But nonetheless, but yeah, we had a title change on the show. Either way, I was gonna be okay with that either way, because it was a good tag team match, and nothing much to say about that. So, and they deserve it, because they were one of my favorite tag teams anyways. The Good Brothers, were chance to them being in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and then with them coming to WWE until WWE fucked that up. Make them look like jobbers and jokes and all that. But they come back. They're part of Impact Wrestling now, and they're doing great on Impact Wrestling, despite me not liking their jokes and all that, which is it's cringe in a way. And no, actually, it is cringe. But hey, at the end of the day, they end up becoming tag team champions. They are a good tag team, and there you go. Not much to say about that. Good for them. Congrats. I'm supposed to get to a point where Jordan Grace and Tina Dashwood. I don't know if I missed it already. And by the way, this was a turbo editing too, where we chance to lean up to that, because keep in mind that match happened with Jordan Grace and Tina Dashwood against Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary. That was the second match that happened, and then we're passing about what? At this point, 6 matches later. So we get to the next match. It's Su Yung defending her Impact Knockouts champion against the Virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo on her own. And this was an anything goes match, basically in a way no disqualification. But and this match was good, pretty good match here. they had steel chairs. There was no tables. But you had candlestick. Yeah, a steel tray, a trash can lid. You even had a rope. At one point, it was a rope, but then later on, it looked like it was a noose at the end of the day. But this is Deanna Purcell's first ever match that she's involved in, where it to these type of a match that she's never been in before, which is true. Because she isn't because she's all about the wrestling. She's not all about the mug show type of wrestling style. She's all about being the technical wrestler and all that, which she's great at all that too. So them use weapons on each other and all that, and it was very stiff weapons to in a way. And you have Su Yung at one point having the blade glove on earlier on in the match that Deanna Purcell was avoiding so many times that Su Yung tried to go for it. The blade mandible claw or the blade mandible glove or whatever you want to call it. And also there was a board there too, by the way. A plain old board. I say to myself, okay, what's that going to do? That's not going to do anything. And at one point, Deanna Purcell grabs Su Yung and just doing that to her and everything. And I seems to wait, is the paint's gonna come off? Like, nope, the paint didn't even come off. And so what was the point of that? But then it came to a play here. I'll get to it when I get to it. At one point we got a pedigree on the stage by Su Yung to Deanna Purcell, and then she brings it back into the ring, only to get a 2 count because you had to end the match in the ring. This maybe anything goes, but this is not false count anywhere. It's a big difference of that. There was a steel chair placed on the turnbuckle by Deanna Purcell, and then it was forgotten about until we get to that spot, and then Deanna Purcell went through it, and it's basically all oops, I forgot there was a steel chair there, and she got knocked out for that. But yeah, this match was good though. I expect this match to be good. I expect this match to be very creative in the way, and it was creative too. Not that much. No, that wasn't that much creative in the match there, but it was too creative. But then the noose came into play. And Deanna Purcell was being choked up with the noose, and also at one point, Su Yung eventually got the blade mandible claw, which we want to call it, to Deanna Purcell, and then she brings the noose into play, chokes her in the corner, only for Deanna Purcell to counter and takes her off the turnbuckle and basically whips her onto in the mat. The match continues from there, and then we get to the finish spot here. So at one point, Deanna Purcell, before I get to that part, by the way, we get to Deanna Purcell going for the Fujiwara armbar, which probably I think is called something else now. Also, with the steel chair wrapped around the head of Su Yung, and she's going for the Fujiwara armbar, which I think she's calling it the Venus de Milo. Venus de Milo. And she basically got both arms, both arms locked in too as well. And that's when Su Yung passes out, and referee is raising the arms up, because Deanna Purcell let go of the hole, and referee's raising their arms up, and then we get to 3. All of a sudden, Su Yung is back to life and all that, and she gets Deanna Purcell and all that. So this is the part where it happened. The mandible claw, blade. The blade mandible claw glove, whatever you want to say, and then the noose, because at this point, the first Rosso, Deanna Purcell was being, was fading, and then the noose came into play, and then that's when Deanna Purcell grabs the rope and then tosses her off the turnbuckle, and then all of a sudden we get to hold on a second, let me see if this is okay. Yeah. So Su Yung tried to go for the blade mist, and Deanna Purcell grabs the board that doesn't do much, and then Deanna Purcell blocks the blade mist that was going to her face, because Su Yung was targeting her face to blind her to get the advantage, and then all of a sudden Deanna Purcell slams the board to her as she goes through. It wasn't much damage anyway, because it wasn't like it was glass or anything or plastic. It was just paper. That's basically what it was. And then Deanna Purcell goes for the cradle power driver. Basically the gut style power driver. Shout out to Minoru Suzuki. And he gets the 3 count in the win. So your winner and I'm surprised this happened too. Which I was going for Deon Purrazzo, but if Su Yung would have won, I would be fine with that too. So Deon Purrazzo is your winner and new Knockouts champion, 2-time. Good job for Deon Purrazzo, the Virtuosa. Is once again the Impact Knockouts champion. She is the greatest women's wrestler right now in Impact Wrestling. Fuck you, WWE, for not doing anything with her. Now, let's get to this part now. Jordan Grace is looking for Tina Dashwood. Yeah, 6 to 5 matches later, also you want to see Tina Dashwood. Even though you could have seen her, before the match was over. I mean after the match was over, I meant to say, during that time. Or maybe 1 to 2 matches later you could have seen her. No, you just had to wait, later on. That made no sense. So Jordan Grace is looking for Tina Dashwood. All of a sudden Tina Dashwood shows up with Cable K. Jordan Grace thought she was in the room. She locked herself up in the room or whatever. And Jordan Grace, she was like, what happened out there and everything, blah, blah, blah. She said, I knew this was a bad idea and everything. And all of a sudden, Tina Dashwood pulls out her hair extension that, that Jordan Grace may have lost in the ring and tosses it at her. And then Jordan Grace was looked upset and walked away. What? She didn't even try to beat her up. She didn't even attempt to beat her up. She just walked away in disgust. And then make matters worse here, Alicia Edwards shows up and says Jordan Grace should be called Jordan Disgrace because now you know how I felt when I was teaming up with Jordan Grace. And I see myself, oh my god. No. The only one who owns the copyrights of that name of Disgrace is Nancy Grace, because Nancy is a disgrace. Nancy Disgrace. Shout out to Jason Salma for Salma the Sounds Off. Great guy. With a great podcast. One of the best. And not JD. Anyways, but yeah, that was so corny. And then Alicia Edwards and Gina Dashwood decided to be a tag team. So what? Now Alicia Edwards is going to be a heel, and Alicia Edwards was saying, "Oh, you want to be me and everything." Like, well, I don't understand what they're doing with Alicia Edwards. This is so stupid. But then now they're part of the tournament. Tina Dashwood and Alicia Edwards, and I'm pretty sure they're going to lose. Okay, folks, before we move on, let me read you the brackets for this coming Tuesdays for the Knockouts Tag Team Title Tournament that's going to begin. And here are the teams that are going to be in there. Just give me one moment. All right, here we go. We got Tennille Dashwood and Alicia as a team versus Havoc, Havoc and Nevaeh. I don't know what happened there. Then we have Killer Kelly and Renee Michelle, which I do know who these two are, versus Jordan Grace and to be announced. Who is that going to be? I have no idea. Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz versus Sea Stars. Who the hell is Sea Stars? Let me look them up. Sea Stars in wrestling, yes. All right, they're from Shimmer. All right. Oh, I know one of them, but I don't know who the other one is. All right, so Ashley Vox from NWA and Delmi Exo I don't know who Delmi EXO is, but I know who Ashley Fox is. But yeah, they're sea stars. Okay, and yeah, and basically they're supposed to be mermaids. That's basically what they are. Because they're wearing mermaid outfits. As their wrestling gear. Um, Basically that a mermaid type of pattern. So there you go. But yeah, actually, Vox, she's a pretty good wrestler too, by the way. I don't know much about Demille EXO. I don't know much about her, but I guess we'll find out. And I'll find out too, by the way, along with the rest of the panels that was gonna be watching this coming Tuesday. Now I don't know if they're gonna be wrestling on Tuesday. I don't know. I don't know yet, but there you go. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I got to read more. I'm sorry. And Diana Perazzo and Kimberly. Oh, so Kimberly is still there. Okay. So Diana Perazzo and Kimberly are in the match too, versus Taya, Valkyrie, and Rosemary. All right, there you go. Now, here are my early predictions before we move on to the main event. Tennille Dashwood and Alicia will lose to Havoc and Nevaeh. Killer Kelly and Renee Michelle will lose to Jordan Grace and her maybe her tag team partner. Now, the question is, who's going to be her tag team partner? To be honest with you folks, I can't think of anyone that could be her tag team partner at this point. I really can't think about it. I can't think of it of any from the top of my head. Maybe Camille, from NWA. Maybe Sue Young or Susie. I'm trying to think of someone that could team with Jordan Grace too as well. Before I move on, of this. I really can't think of any, to be honest with you folks. I mean, there could be a lot of women in the indies right now. That's not doing much anyways. Well, I already named some names anyways. So, but I see Jordan Grace winning or advancing it. So I don't see Killer Kelly and Renee Michelle with them being a team. That's an odd pairing team. That's so I don't think they're winning though. Kier Hogan and Tasha Steelz will win against the Sea Stars. I'll be pissed if that doesn't happen. And Deanna Purrazzo and Kimberly. I don't know. Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary. I don't know. That's a tough that's a tough one right there. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the safe pick here. Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary for the win. Now for the semifinals, where it pertains to my predictions here, with Havoc and Nevaeh versus Jordan Grace and the mystery partner. Again, I'm gonna go with the mystery partner and Jordan Grace, of whoever that may be. And where it pertains to Kier Hogan and Tasha Steelz versus Ty Valkyrie and Rosemary, I'm going with Kier Hogan and Tasha Steelz. And then in the end, basically at the end of the day, folks, it doesn't matter who goes to the finals. I expect Kier Hogan and Tasha Steelz to go to the finals and to win the entire tournament because Impact Wrestling's got to do something with Kier Hogan and Tasha Steelz. They're already giving them good wins as a tag team, and I love the pairing of the tag team either way, because I think that's a good tag team between Kier Hogan and Tasha Steelz. They have good chemistry there, and they have a lot in common too. So I want them to win the tag the tag team titles of the Knockouts division. So there you go. Now let's move on. Excuse me, to the main event, and they show a video package of the histories between Rich Swann and Sami Callihan, saying their rivalry back in 2008, more chance to everything that that's been building up during that time, and more chance to their time growing up, and we get to this main event for the Impact World Championship. Rich Swann defends it against the challenger Sami Callihan. Match itself, pretty damn good match. I mean, no surprise here. It's a pretty damn good match. Back and forth in a way. A lot of crazy spots in the match too. They just went all out in this match, as always they do. And then we had Ken Sharp coming out there to try to go for a distraction, which it did work in a way. But then Eddie Edwards comes out, and then all of a sudden they start fighting until they start fighting over the guardrail, and then they start fighting outside of that arena. All of a sudden, Sami Callihan gets the upper hand, and then in the end, it was Rich Swann with multiple kicks. The Swan Stone kicks, which is a spin hook kick, and he goes for a roundhouse kick, and then he goes for the super kick, which is he's powering up, and then boom, goes for a super kick, and gets a 3 count in the win. So your winner and still Impact World Champion, as I knew he would, because they're not gonna have him lose on the belt immediately. Okay, he just won it. So still Impact World Champion Rich Swann, because can you handle this? Can you handle this? All night long, all night, all night, all night long, all night, all night. Welcome to the party. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But yeah, there you go. That was the show itself. Again, it wasn't pay-per-view. It was a special event that happened on Impact Plus. Even though it is a no pay-per-view name, Turning Point, but it was not pay-per-view though. It was a regular show. Basically, it was like what you see every week on Impact Wrestling on Access TV or on Twitch TV, except this one was on Impact Plus. All right, now before I close up, folks, I gotta get to the whole thing where I gotta give you the moments of the night. My moments, I mean, my highlights of the night, as I meant to say. Yeah, basically my highlights of the night, where it pertains to Impact Turning Point 2020. All right, swerve of the night pertains to accepting the challenge for the defeat Rohit challenge. Was Cousin Jake accepting the challenge. Basically, Impact Wrestling swerved me in a way where it pertains to who's going to accept the challenge. And I thought it was going to be one of the Rascals, or it could at least be someone better. But then we get Cousin Jake, who's not better. I want to take Chris Bay, even though I didn't think he was going to win, but even though he should win because he's part of the Super J Cup tournament for New Japan Pro Wrestling, which it gives Impact Wrestling the platform. It pertains to a guy like Chris Bay is representing for Impact Wrestling to be for this company to be talked about, right? To get the recognition that they desperately need, because they're a ghost. Yeah, NWA maybe a ghost too, but they're not doing shows. Impact Wrestling is. Shock of the night is the whole Joe Doring coming out, making his return to Impact Wrestling, because again I had no clue who this guy is, but this was shock to me, because I wow, who's this guy, who the hell is this guy, it was a shock value to me. So moment of the night, I'm gonna go with Deonna Purrazzo winning back the Impact Knockouts Championship, because she is one of my favorites, because she is the virtuosa. Promo of the night. I'm gonna go with the Good Brothers here. The Good Brothers, after they cut a good promo on the show, where pertains to their match against the North for the tag titles. So so promo of the night goes to the Good Brothers. Video promo tonight, I gotta go with Rich Swann versus Sami Callihan for their match for the Impact World Championship. Obviously, entrance of the night goes to Moose because his entrance was the most electrifying entrance of all of pro wrestling and entertainment. And some of you may think I'm trolling with that. I'm not really trolling. I really believe that. I truly believe that. Performance of the night. Performance of the night. Who can go with performance of the night? Rich Swann. There you go. Rich Swann. He did pretty good. Especially all the moves he was doing too. Yeah, he gets performance of the night. Move of the night. Let's see. Move of the night. Who should that go to? I guess I gotta go with Rich Swann's. Yeah. Again, Rich Swann. This one goes for Rich Swann. I guess I'll go with Rich Swann's Rolling Thunder style frog splash that he did. So I'm gonna go with that one as his move of the night. Which looked good too, by the way. Finish of the night, I'm gonna go with Deon Purrazzo's style power driver that she did. So I'm assuming that's her finishing move, besides the Fujiwara armbar, which again I think she calls it the Venus de Milo, I guess what it's called. But that was not the finish. The finish was a cradle power driver, which is the God style power driver by Minoru Suzuki. So I'm gonna go with that move instead, the God style power driver. Brutal match of the night. It's got to be Darren Purrazzo versus Su Yung, but in a good way because it was an anything goes match. So that's brutal match of the night, and it was great. Show stealer of the night, the Impact World Championship title match. That was a show stealer there. It was a very good match, and there you go. And match of the night. If I gotta go with match of the night here, I'm gonna go with Moose versus Willie Mack. That was a good match too. So there you go. And my overall showing for the show for Impact Turning Point 2020, I'm gonna go with a 7.5 out of 10. It was a good show. I enjoyed the show for what it was. It was good. It was very good. Jordan Williams, 2-time baby. Hashtag Virtuosa. Yes, I agree. So yeah, there you go, folks. That's it. I'm done. I'm going from here now. So thank you for watching. If this is the first time you're experiencing yours truly Born Thriller right here on YouTube, please, if you haven't done so already, hit that notification bell and hit that subscribe button, and you'll get to tune in for more contents right here on YouTube from yours truly, Natural Born Thriller. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. To all my supporters, if you didn't like this review, for all the haters, please hit that dislike button. Either way, thank you all for spending your time day and night by viewing, joining, and watching me right here on YouTube as I try to give you the absolute best content as I can do, what it seems to be being the Natural Born Thriller. So you all stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself and everything that's going on in the world, wear your mask, love one another, God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. I am out here now, ta-ta for now, for It's the Natural Born Thriller, saying peace on the streets. So this was your Impact Wrestling Review, the show from November 14th, 2020, where it's just to give you results that happen on Impact Plus of Impact 2020. So I'll see you all next time right here on YouTube. And by the way, tune in later on for my AEW reviews where it pertains to Dark and Dynamite results. That'll be later on tonight. So tune in for that one. But for now, take care.